The punches. Yo, what's the deal? It's your boy Norbs, and we are back on a 10A podcast. Took a little breather. You know what I mean? It was a big week for me. It was graduation week for my children, so it was definitely a big week. My daughter graduated from kindergarten, as did my son from pre-K, so it was super dope. Big week for me as a papa. Proud papa right here. Proud papa. But we're back at it like crack addicts, and I'm going to give you some extra shows this week. A lot of shit's been transpiring, especially in this Ryan Garcia drama. It seems like it's a never-ending situation, and it just seems like it's not going to go away. We still haven't found out if Ryan is going to be getting suspended, which is more likely the situation. He will be getting suspended, but it is actually interesting. Everything that's coming out, Bill Haney and the Haneys calling out for a ban for life. But I mean, this story continues to unfold, and we're all waiting with anticipation. What's gonna actually transpire in this regard when it comes to the Ryan Garcia situation? I'm gonna bring on my co-host, my man Killer Time Entertainment. Bring him on right now. You know, he's the second most handsome host in boxing. What's good, my brother? I don't know. I can't hear you, bro. What's up?
I got you. I had left my earphones in the whip appeal. No Kenneth Edmonds.
I don't even know what that means, but okay. But what's the word, my G?
Shit, nothing. Listen, we got the East Oakland Boxing Association on the map. We got some things going on, but I heard what you were saying.
Speak on that before we get into whatever. Speak on that real quick. Let people know what that's about.
Okay, so I was getting back into boxing, and I was currently looking to start my own boxing school in Puerto Rico. So then I made some phone calls. Shout out to Norb. Shout out to Top of the Tiger. Was good. I made some phone calls, and a woman that I met made me the head of the East Oakland Boxing Association. It's sponsored and ran by the city of Oakland. We also have fiduciary duties over Elmhurst Park. We're going to be throwing some events. We have a sparring event coming up June 1st in preparation in the Junior Olympics. That's my man Tito. Put that together. He's putting some of that together also. And then we also have our first amateur sanction event since the grand reopening, August 3rd. So have your books ready. The sparring event, you just need your amateur book and your coach with you, and then you can get some work. And it's going to be spectators there, and we're going to be having some fun. We got summer programs for the children and everything. We only accepting 40 kids this year. The boxing program, the membership's only $45 a month.
That's not bad.
We got showers. We got amenities. And if you can't pay $45 a month, you can also pay $11.25 weekly. So if you just want to come for the week, you could pay $11.25, and that'll pay for your whole week. And then you could just re-up. It's the re-up gang, East Oakland Boxing Association. We in here.
Nah, that's dope, man. I mean, you know, we definitely need these kids to be focused on other things than the streets, and boxing is definitely a way to enlighten them, teach them discipline and things of that nature. So congratulations on that, Troy. That shit is dope. But let's get into what I want to speak.
Yeah, I had to go.
There's a lot of stuff going on right now in boxing. Oh, you got the hat on? There's a lot of things going on. We're gonna talk about this Ryan Garcia stuff. This team USA versus Team Mexico. That's if Turkish Ali pulls it off, it's gonna be super dope. And then we're gonna keep rolling through topics.
Oh, that's a nice concept.
Huh?
That's a nice concept.
Oh, it's a super fire concept. I mean, let's talk about it since we're already here with the Team USA. They're trying, of course, to get the king of all kings, Canelo Alvarez, on this card. A lot of people were saying, it's like it's going to be hard to get him, but at the end of the day, money talks. And the top of the line matchup they're talking about is Canelo versus Terrence Crawford, and it's supposed to be in America. So that's supposed to be, but it's not going to be in Saudi Arabia. It would be in America. I think too because of the time difference. The Tyson Fury shit was like at 12 in the afternoon. I think boxing fans, especially in the States, are accustomed to late fights, right? So they're talking
most definitely.
Yeah, they're talking about Canelo versus Terrence Crawford, which will be a mega fight for multitude of reasons. Shakur Stevenson versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz. And then the other one would be that's in 3 matchups. Caleb Plant versus first I said Munguia. Let me just double check. One of them was Munguia.
I think it did say Munguia, and I was like, that's a good scrap.
Yeah, I mean, dog, that shit is crazy. But you really think about it. Mexico has a lot of fighters. I wanted to see the other guy, not Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Shakur Stevenson, but I get it. Shakur Stevenson would be a big fight. I forgot his name. It's with a V. Man, but that would be dope. Who else would you want to see? You know what I'm saying? On an America versus Mexico card. You know what I mean? I think that would be super crazy. I'm going to throw one out there. How about Virgil Ortiz, right? Is it Virgil?
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz.
154. Why not against the smaller Charlo? That would be dope. I think that would be crazy. You know what I mean?
That could be a good fight. That could be a good fight. I would like to see who's the Mexican fighter?
I want to see Bam Rodriguez on the card. That's who I want to see on the card.
What weight he fight at?
I think he's at like 122, if I'm not mistaken.
I keep hearing about him.
You haven't seen Bam?
I don't
dog.
think I've seen
Bam
him.
is a dog. Like he's a dog. Like
I
for
gotta
real.
see.
Like, he's a problem.
I gotta watch him because I done heard his name a couple times.
I'll tell you this, man. That shit would be super big. I gotta take my hat off to Turkish. I always mess up his name, Turkey Ali, whatever his name is. But that is a dope ass concept, especially, everybody knows like the best fighters are coming from Mexico. Shakur versus Royo, Venezuelan. Royo's not Mexican, but Shakur had a lot of options. He got a lot of options. I mean, if it was like
that's what I was trying to think of. I was thinking of Shakur getting some work with somebody.
It's Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good fight. That needs to go
fight.
On there. That's a good scrap.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So Puerto Rico is technically a part of America, even though it's Latino. I wouldn't mind.
No, that's a fact.
I wouldn't mind seeing Isaac Pitbull Cruz versus Matias on that card.
That's it. No, that's a good one too. Hey, listen, bro, that was a good. Hey, Puerto Rico is not technically. It's America. It's a territory of the United States.
And think about Shakur Stevenson is actually half Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, facts.
Yeah, so I mean, that would be. I would like to see if they could get Matias on the card, even though Matias, yes, he's an American, he's Puerto Rican. Puerto Rico's part of America. I think that would make a great fight. I mean, I prefer to see that to Shakur. I get it. Shakur, people are trying to invest in Shakur. Shakur's a free agent. He's trying to figure out what's going on. But I think there's a lot of good fights to be made with that. And I think it's something that can happen often. And I think Canelo, and I think, let me say strategically, Turkish Ali, right, is playing on Canelo's emotional attachment to his country, right? So Canelo wants to bring up and shed light on the future of Mexico. So how do you do that? You say, hey, listen, we're going to headline a card and we're going to feature your people. That's a bargaining chip that I don't think anybody's actually thinking about at this point. No, Canelo wants to bring in these guys. Canelo wants to shed light in this country. That could be something that maybe lowers the price, maybe a tad bit, and makes Canelo interested in actually doing that fight simply because it's more of a prideful country thing. And listen, I don't think there's anybody more prideful than Canelo Alvarez when it comes to his people. So
no, most definitely, you could really get his fire jumping with that one because it wouldn't be about Canelo, it'll be about his people, and people love their people. No,
and another thing is, Turkish Ali was he had released a statement after the Fury fight to where apparently the Fury fight was bootleg, 20 million people watched it illegally. Mexico they tune in. They
No,
buy.
they facts. They
So
listen.
I think it's a smart move to do that. And listen, I think he did with, I think this was 600,000 buys with Munguia. This would definitely do over 1 million buys easily.
No, most definitely. But this would definitely do 1 million with Bud and Canelo, and then Munguia. And man, that's a crazy card. That's a card.
I mean,
Turkey a la Sheik.
He says, so can we go to Puerto Rico? Yeah, Puerto Rico's
yes, you can go to Puerto Rico without a passport, Tiger.
You don't need a passport.
Absolutely.
It's an American territory. He said Bud destroys Canelo. Guys, stop that craziness, man. Like,
y'all bugging.
You know what's crazy? This reminds me of the hate of when Michael Jordan used to get hate in the 90s, right? People would say all types of things. And when he finally retired and was gone, you can't say nothing about Michael. And it's kind of similar to Canelo. People want to see Canelo lose in emphatic fashion. I'm sorry to tell you guys, it's not that easy. You're not beating him. You're not beating him unless he's like 40. I mean, he's over the age, but it's a difference. But I like this card, man. I want to see it. He said Canelo's the face for Mexico. David wants an unearned shot. David wants an unearned shot. Canelo giving every chance to build himself up, worthy opponent. I don't think it's. I mean, I think David is earning his shot. Let's be real. I just think Canelo understands that the risk in this fight. And guys, David Benavidez has come out himself and said he's going to be heavyweight champion. That kind of tells you something at that point. He's not really a 168-pound fighter. He's kind of
when did he say that?
He was talking about Usyk. He was talking about possibly fighting Usyk. Bro, this is a big guy.
No, he is, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's saying he's going to be a heavyweight champion, then, yeah. That's a lot, bro.
This guy said, Bud does Canelo like Floyd and Bivol. No, they don't even fight similar, bro. Like, and people watch the Bivol fight. Bivol was extremely defensive in that fight. He did not want to get hurt.
And see, that's what I was trying to tell. See, this is what I was trying to tell people about the Tyson Fury and Usyk fight. Because if Usyk was going to be bouncing back like this, he was going to get boxed up. He was going to have to sell out, come forward, get on his. And then that's what they saying, like, Bivol can't fight like this in that Ukrainian style because Canelo would have caught him coming in, trying to leap in and throw a punch. He went to the high guard, which was smart, so he wouldn't get his Pacquiao busted.
You know, it's crazy to me. People act like Canelo's just like a brute. Like he's just a guy that just won't sit there.
About Devontae too, though.
100%. I'm like, bro, Canelo is a great counterpuncher. He's going to be the strongest fighter that Terrence Crawford has ever fought, the most dangerous, and probably the best IQ. This is not somebody he's going to push around like a Errol Spence. Yeah, and you guys got to think about it too. Not only this is, and back to the point what I was talking about with the Mexican pride thing, right? To get him to do this fight, Turkish Ali's doing it right. But do you understand how motivated he's going to be to represent country against Terrence Crawford? You're probably going to see Canelo you've never seen, ever.
And he not worried about really getting hurt by a puncher like that. Even though Bud can punch, he's just a smaller guy at this point in the career.
Bro,
Canelo is a super middleweight for real.
People tend to forget that Triple G was knocking people out cold, and Canelo took his best shots. Canelo has taken. Listen, he took Munguia's shots and ate him like it was nothing. Munguia. There was a point where Munguia hit him, and he looked at Munguia like, and Munguia was like, "Jesus Christ, this guy doesn't even flinch."
He really got that. Listen, hey, it's funny that you say that because that's how I start getting better at boxing, watching Canelo against Miguel Cotto, and I'm like, hold on, I know Miguel Cotto be hitting hard, bro. He hitting him with shots, and he not even flinching. And that's when I was like, oh, I gotta just calm down and act like even if I catch him, just keep going through my motions. And that's when I really learned how to fight coming forward. And I was mastering. I'm like, oh, I see what he don't be flinching. He don't, bro.
He said Canelo was on his bike. No, Canelo was on his bike the first time he came up to fight him. People forget Canelo went up to fight Triple G. Like, I think people tend to forget that. The first fight, he was on his bike. The second fight, he was walking.
It don't matter
G
if he was on his bike, because Triple G didn't want to engage him on the inside when he was against the ropes. And I never seen Triple G scared to do that. And Triple G only landed on the first Canelo fight, he only landed 1 to 3 body punches in fear of getting countered to the head. And that's when I knew Triple G was scared to lead, because he don't want to get hit and hurt. And then the second fight, he just walked him down because he said he wanted the Mexican work.
Listen, people, listen, guys, I get it. People want to see Canelo lose, but let's not take away what he is. Like. Let's be honest. I'm not saying he's RoboCop, but guys, his losses have come to Floyd Mayweather, who's arguably the greatest boxer of all time, right? And to Bivol, who was damn near, he walks around damn near at heavyweight. Guys, he's actually pushing himself for greatness. Name another boxer that's doing what he's doing? You can't. You just can't.
You can't. So stop. Hey, listen, we're not gonna cap on here. Truth over emotions is the season.
Facts. People act like Terrence Crawford is just that great that he's just gonna, hey, I'm gonna go 3 weight classes up and I'm gonna beat the best guy out. It's not as like, bro, guys, you got problems with Sean Porter, even though he took out Sean Porter late. If you remember that round, they told him, yo, you might be losing this fight. And he was like, what? And he had to step up and knock him out. You can't do that versus Canelo. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to wake up.
You can't even hit, dude.
Exactly. And guys, I'm going to tell you this, though. If Turkish Ali, he got my money. If he makes this happen, I'm telling you right now. Yo, listen, I'm telling you right now, bro. Remember when baseball did the World Series of Baseball where they had all the countries? This is going to be actually bigger. Like, I'm talking about, Mexico is a fighting country.
Hey, you know what he really doing, though?
What?
He's turning the professional boxing scene. He's taking something from the amateur scene and bringing it into, because the amateurs is country versus country when you get to the highest level. So now if you take all the East European fighters, make a squad, and then promote, and then I think Dubai is neutral territory.
Well, it'll be an American fight, though. But I get what you're saying.
Oh, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? If they was doing it in Dubai.
You know what's interesting about this fight? And this is just Canelo. And this is just it reminds me of a movie I watched years ago. I think it was called Kickboxer or something like that. And it was like Korea versus America, right? And all the Koreans are training together. That's what I feel like it's going to be when Canelo, if this actually happens, I almost guarantee you that Canelo's going to have everyone training together. It's not like Canelo's headlining and I'm going to have a bunch of people there. No, I believe that he's going to have the team actually working out together. And listen, Shakur is really close with Bud. So, they're going to be working out together for this fight. And I think that's going to bring a lot of eyes on boxing globally. And it's going to build camaraderie. And that's why I think I think he may do this fight. I really believe he may do it.
No, listen, if the money's there.
Oh, the money's there. The guy owns like half the world. It's definitely going to happen.
That's what I was saying when I was on another platform. I was saying, like, Turkey Ali, she can make it happen. And he was like, no, he's not even over here. I'm like, all right. Bro, next thing you know, he's on the John making the fight.
Bro, first of all, the guy has unlimited resources. People are dying to go over there. Like, they're dying to go to Saudi Arabia to watch a fight. Like, people are just flying over there. You see Ryan Garcia.
Zero crime.
He got on a private plane. Turkey Ali sent it over here. Don't worry about it. I'm going to send it over. Like, everybody's pulling up to Saudi Arabia. I'm petrified to go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not. I'm going to be in Masha Varkamis, fall way to the ground. I'm Hamza.
I don't know what the hell you just said. But, I mean, it's definitely a card worth watching if it does happen. But let's go on to the next subject real quick. Bill Haney calls for a ban for life on Ryan Garcia. The results came back, of course, like we all knew, it was going to come back positive. Ryan Garcia counters with his lawyers saying that he went and got a hair follicle sample, which turned up negative. And so now he's screaming,
I told you.
Conspiracy. Now, let me break this down before we get into that. As you all know, whenever you take a hair sample, okay, I don't know if you guys noticed, or if you guys ever smoked or There is things that you can do that can prevent any positive test with hair if you treat it correct. That's a fact. You can actually buy these things at GNC. Just want to put that out there for people, right? Now, I do believe he cheated. I'm just gonna be honest. I definitely believe he cheated. I think he was, and I think Paulie Malignaggi actually had the best analysis. But I think there's more people than Ryan Garcia cheating. And the reason I say that is because many athletes from different sports understand cycling, right? When you cycle, if you do it correctly, you don't get caught. You just got to do it right. And I believe Ryan Garcia definitely did it. You know what I mean? I hate when people say it's only an eighth of a gram. Guys, that's what was caught. The thing is, when it doesn't matter how much it is. If you took it or not, it's still cheap.
Oh, it matters. It matters how much it is.
No. What I mean by that
no
is
such thing as a dose. There's no such thing.
I hate, but it's not like he took a dose. That's what came out. So I was listening right before we got on the
billionth of a gram. It's a billionth of a gram.
That's what got caught.
It had no performance enhancing effects.
And it definitely does. And
a billionth of a gram has performing enhancing effects. Performance enhancing. A billionth of a gram of a substance.
That's what got caught. See, what people don't realize is this. And matter of fact, I'm gonna play the audio.
If that's what was in the system, that one was. Listen, if that's the case, then why are we even?
Here's how it works when you're microdosing. So you bigger dose off season, which is not when there's no fights and nobody's getting tested, because boxing's the Wild West and doesn't test in between fights. Yep. And then you're microdosing during camp. And when you're microdosing, it is trapped in the fat and therefore not going into your bloodstream. So therefore it's harder to catch you. When a fighter struggles to make weight, sometimes they're losing all that fat and you get a little bit of tricklage coming out of the fat, and the drugs will come out in small spurts. That's why they're always caught in small doses. And people, the moronic part of the population will say, oh, that's not enough to help him. No, that's just the part that finally leaks.
So leftovers.
Yes, and because they struggle in weight, which is also a typical thing when you start to think about it, why guys keep moving up in weight. So there's less struggles when they're doping to make weight, and therefore they keep moving up in weight and keep showing no signs of weakening and no signs of aging and no signs of, we don't have to name names. This boxing's right with it, But nonetheless, now when I started to learn this part, because every single time a guy fails, I'm always asking questions and I'm always learning a little bit more. And this time, when it came to this microdosing situation, it's a big way to beat even the random drug tests, because it's not going to show up unless you're really draining yourself. So therefore, it makes sense why guys keep moving up in weight. So Ryan was struggling to make the weight and he failed right at the end, but he passed in the middle of camp. This kind of explanation is an explanation worth looking into when it comes to his failed B test.
Now, when I
Victor Conte already said that.
What happened?
Victor Conte said that already.
No, 100%. But the way he broke it down, and speaking on different athletes, listen, guys, boxers, when you hit a certain level, you're not fighting frequently. You're not fighting every 2 months, every 3 months. You're pretty much fighting every year. So you can do this shit the entire year, then start microdosing. It's a fact. So it's almost like you're off. So for instance, let me give you an example. So in the NFL, in the off season, they don't test you, but the NFL's off season is a lot shorter than a boxer's, right? I mean, yeah, exactly. A boxer can go 12 months without ever having to prepare for a fight. So they can continue to be in shape, do that stuff, and then microdose, and it won't show up in your stuff if you're doing it correct. So I get it. And I understand how people want to deny the fact that Ryan Garcia, they don't want to believe that Ryan Garcia is guilty, whether you believe it or not. I do. Troy definitely does not. You know what I mean? But
it's just a billionth dosage means everything. And everybody talking about they get trapped up in your fat. Hey, blood, we just heard Victor Conte say that. If you would have said it first, Paulie, I could have gave you credit. But then when I hear you actually repeat verbatim what somebody else has said, it means you didn't do your own research. You're repeating somebody's knowledge. It's cap. And then you say, well, yeah, all these guys, man, Paulie, listen, you never had power. And that's why you first of all, when Canelo was on clenbuterol, that's not even a performance enhancer. That's something that you take so you can make the scale. That just guarantees you to fight. It doesn't guarantee you to win.
You know what's funny? I was going to bring up the Canelo thing. The Canelo actually beat the situation, didn't get suspended because his testimony was consistent with it actually being ingested accidentally. Now, in Ryan's situation, it's completely different because there was quote unquote tainted meat or whatever. Like, whether you believe it, Canelo, or not, right?
But that's the thing. I've seen some other boxers get caught on clenbuterol, and then they was like, it's the meat. Like, it was another boxer that said the same thing that was doing it, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. Maybe it is.
It's just, this is the thing. The problem with this situation is, at this point, it's on Ryan to prove that he didn't take it. And that's going to be extremely difficult to prove at this point.
Not with a hair and blood sample.
It's in his system. With the hair sample, you could do certain things. He has to, at this point, prove that he accidentally.
So I got a question.
He did it.
So
yeah, go.
If with a hair sample, you could do things to get it out your hair, but you can't do nothing to get it in your piss.
Bro, that's complete. That's two completely different things. We say Troy. What you're claiming is, yes, it is. What you're claiming is that when the samples went out, they popped them up. Because remember, whenever you take a piss test on an athlete situation or whatever test, I've taken them. So the person actually sits with you in the room and you actually seal it and sign it. That's your piss. I don't believe it got popped open. Now, go back forward.
Listen, they have.
It is on Ryan Garcia at this point to prove why it came up positive. And honestly, I know, I feel in my heart that he knows that he's going to get suspended. Now, this is my thing. I think he's going to get suspended. Now, my thoughts are this. This is what I believe in this situation. Ryan Garcia is more valuable to the sport, boxing, than not boxing. And is boxing going to allow him to say, screw it, I'm going to go independent and do my own thing and make money and do some, or
listen, man, y'all got so many excuses. Listen, if he get proved innocent, it's because he's innocent.
He's not going to get proved innocent. He's going to either get a slap on the wrist, which is possible, but he's not going to. He's going to come up. He's going to get suspended. I just don't believe that he's going to get suspended in a severe manner. I think the most he's going to get is a year, and it's because of the financial.
I want to see what happened because I just don't see where he cheated.
I mean, he cheated. It came up positive, dog. Like, it is what it is.
I get it.
That's why I believe, and I think boxing is going to make a decision based on the economy of it.
Shane Mosley it's a plenty of boxers has been complaining about this cheating stuff because they were saying that Alicia Baumgartner was
condoning the drug cheat. I don't understand. How am I condoning a drug cheat? I'm actually saying he's going to get suspended. I haven't condoned it. Like, I don't get that. I'm not condoning it. What I'm saying is, guys, let me break it down to you on a different aspect. Let's take away whether you believe he cheated or not. Okay. Amir Khan was suspended 2 years, right? Amir Khan was worthless to boxing at this point. He's not a draw. Okay. Let's take that out the equation. Canelo Alvarez was able to beat a situation for whatever reason. But think about the similarities between Canelo Alvarez and Ryan Garcia. Canelo Alvarez is the biggest draw in boxing. Amir Khan was not. That's one. Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is on the table at this point. Whether you believe it or not, these guys are planning this rematch within the next year. They sold 1.2 million buys the first time they went around. What do you think the second one's going to do? You think that the Boxing Federation or whoever, whether it's Nevada, whether it's New York, you don't think that they want a piece of that money? I'm not saying that somebody's saying, no, I'm just saying Ryan's fame warrants. I'm not saying it warrants it. I'm speaking on reality. I'm not saying what he deserves or what he doesn't. He cheated. He deserves to get suspended. That's what I believe.
Oh, that's what dude's saying. He's saying just the fact that you saying that
I'm
he might get a slap on the wrist. No, that's a fact.
There's
That's
a difference between Ryan
what
Garcia
should happen
and
and what's
Shakur
gonna
Stevenson.
happen.
Yeah, like listen, whether you feel like he should get suspended for life, it's not happening. He is too. Listen, there's maybe 5 guys, maybe 6 guys in boxing that can do what Ryan does economically. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Canelo Alvarez, Gervonta Davis, and Ryan Garcia. If I'm missing a name, please throw them out there. I don't know who else. Those are the guys that I would say. You take Ryan Garcia out of the mix, that's a big blow to the economy of boxing. You don't think, as corrupt boxing has been, and even Paulie Malignaggi to Troy would tell you, there's been some shitty ass Terrence Crawford does not make that much money. Please, people, do not put Terrence Crawford in this conversation. He's chasing the bag. Stop it.
Don't make that much money yet.
Stop it. Stop it, guys. No, the economy of boxing, you take one of these big figureheads out of the way, and now you're losing millions. As bad as boxing has been economically and people backing out of it, you know what I'm saying? Companies not wanting to involve themselves because the money's not there. You think that they're going to risk, in my opinion, Ryan Garcia being suspended for an extended amount of time? I just have a hard time believing that. This proves if Norris was a mayor, you can pay him with drug money under the table. How does that make any sense what this man just said? I'm telling you reality. How many bad decisions have we seen? Did we not just watch Bob Arum go ape shit in London, coming out saying that he would never have American Fighter fight in London because it's bullshit, it's a scam.
Did he really get cheated?
Did we not just have him do that?
Did Calderon really lose? Because he hurt Josh Taylor a couple of times.
But I'm just saying, for Bob Arum to come out and say that one of the biggest figureheads in boxing history, that kind of tells you that he knows what transpires. How many bad decisions have we had this year alone? You don't think that people can buy a decision? Come on, guys.
Oh yeah, that's a real.
We're not going to sit here and act stupid at this point. That Ryan Garcia is not worth more boxing than he is suspended. I'm not saying if. I'm just keeping it real. Let's speak the facts. Give me 5 boxers that are more valuable than Ryan Garcia. It's very hard. You can't name that many fighters that bring in the type of money that Ryan Garcia brings in. Just the facts.
He definitely bringing a lot of. He accrues a lot of revenue.
100, bro. It's insane. Why do you think Tank wants to fight him again? You think it's because of the competition? He knocked him out. He understands.
He accrues the revenue, and this is why Floyd was so important in boxing, because he accrued a lot of revenue for Las Vegas, the gambling, the eating. This is why when LeBron left Cleveland, the owner was very upset because he accrued a lot of revenue in the flats. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying, guys. Listen, he who has the money makes the rules. It is what it is. It is what it is. Especially
who has the gold makes the rules.
Makes the gold. He who has the gold makes the.
That's a fact.
It's the facts. Look at this. No amount of money excuses Ryan. I'm not excusing. Where have I excused where have I excused it? I'm not.
No, what Norbs is saying is that even though, hold on.
Guys, what I'm saying is he is guilty, right? Let's just say he's 100% guilty. The amount of money that's going to be lost in boxing is going to be enormous. No one's going to fill that void. Not Devin Haney's not going to fill it. It is what it is. Ryan is going to take that somewhere else. And Ryan has actually said this. I don't care if I'm banned for life. I'll start my own league. I'll go fight over here. I'll go there. You know why? Because he understands the power of the gold.
He does understand the power of the gold. Ryan is not going to play with you. He know he can do what he want, and that is very scary to a conglomeration of boxing. Because
you don't think that these guys
we would just rather have him in here and make the money.
You don't think they're sitting there like, yo, hold on. You don't think Oscar behind the scenes is trying to listen, guys? this much money. We'll throw you some. Listen, I'm not saying that Oscar's a greaseball, but at the end of the day, he's gonna do whatever it takes to prepare.
Especially after that last fiasco he put together.
Come on.
Yeah, they're not about to let him just walk away. That'll be crazy.
And that's what I believe is going to happen. If you guys think that they're going to suspend Ryan, I would be shocked if Ryan Garcia got. Why do you think it's taking so long to deliberate a suspension? Why is it taking so long? If he's guilty, okay.
That's my point. Hold on. That's my point, though.
Yeah.
If he really guilty, it should have just been like he guilty. Why are we letting all these other samples come into play? Because once again, it's a third-party sample. So if you allow one third party to test, then he's going to do a rebuttal with the third party testing of his own.
The deliberate is not about that. It's money, bro. They understand.
I get that it's money, but it's also got something to do with. It's more than that because it got to do with his DNA.
Ryan Garcia. If this was Frank Martin, decision when it came in. If this was anyone else. But this is someone who generates a lot of revenue.
Hey, listen, you're absolutely right because when they said Alicia Baumgartner was juicing, the decision came in and she wasn't juicing. It came in quick.
Yeah, listen, bro, guys, if you don't believe that the economic impact is huge in this situation, you're bugging. If you're done anything like weightlifting, when you get natural limit, every pound makes a difference. Hence the incentive to take PEDs when you're draining closer physical. Listen, I'm not the listen. It's people are gonna believe what they believe. The fact of the matter is, these are the only facts in this case. Does Ryan bring in money? That's a fact. He brings in a lot of money.
It's all we're talking about right now.
Like if you believe he's guilty. By all means,
that's
do you believe he's not guilty? Do you believe the Haneys did it? Listen, the Haneys are not playing a part in this situation, in this suspension. The only thing that's going to play a part is the money. Because you know what? Devin Haney doesn't bring in that type of cash. They're trying to salvage that man's career because of the beating that he took in that ring. Now, that's
why I think there's some funny business. They're trying to salvage the man's career. It's a wrap.
Listen,
this is a wrap.
They're trying to salvage it. Nobody, listen.
And he already got to fight Sandor. And he's already signed a contract. That's not easy. No, listen, Sandor will bust your pack if you don't know what you're doing.
When it comes to Devin Haney, let's be real, Bill Haney, they're trying to salvage that. But the problem is this: he got beat to such a pulp. I don't think he's ever gonna return to that form. And not to mention, he was exposed.
He don't want to scrap. He said he don't even want to fight the man again.
No, that tells you something. He said he's never been physically dominated like that. That's insane. And bro, the beating that he took in front of that, and he wasn't able to sell.
But this is what I think I'm trying to understand. How would you're never gonna be physically dominated like that because you never fought anybody physically dominating. They moved you in a certain manner. So stop playing. Like that's the cap I'll be done with because it's truth over emotions. When has he ever fought someone that was physically dominating? Same as Earl Spence. He never fought nobody physically dominating. He got in there with a man that was physically dominating, and he got dominated. And PBC is very good at making stars, but they're not good at moving boxers as good as Top Rank because they've been doing it longer. So that's the thing. Top Rank make champions, and the PBC make stars.
The Tiger Tamer says I'm wild. Top, you can call up. There's a phone number underneath. I need you to explain to me what I'm saying.
Top of the Tiger, call the phone. Like 470-326-6329. Super chats and donations are appreciated. Hit the cash app. Let's work.
Truth over emotion. Like I said, I don't believe he tests positive to make it make sense. What?
He's saying that because I said I don't think Ryan tests positive because of the facts when the lawyer brought back the paperwork. He said it was 1/1000th of a gram and it had no performance enhancing effects. So that's the facts that I'm going with. I don't make up my own things. I go with the facts of what they say. So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm asking on the second sample. What was the dosage found in there? Since it's about fat and coming back and all of that high technical that we know is garbage. If they test it after the fight, after he ate, then his body is it going to be less or more of the dosage in there? That's what I want. That's what I was asking. What was the dosage of the
He
second
said, I'm
sample?
the king of narratives. Honestly, I'm just giving you a scenario that I believe. It's not pitching a narrative. Listen.
No, we're not. We listen. That's one thing. Hey, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna have to protect this. We do not pitch weak narratives on here. I don't even want to be a part of that. I don't blog like that. We don't do that. We just going over scenarios and possibilities for the entertainment of the chat in the channel.
People got to understand too. The NFL generates billions. They got big. Boxing doesn't generate, but they don't have huge TV deals. They don't have that, bro. Like it's more of an
and on that show. Okay, now on that the NFL is more lucrative.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because like, they have more deals, they have more TV time.
They have $1 billion TV deals,
and they've been. Well, I can't say they've been around longer, but boxing at one
boxing
time. Boxing was it used to be the biggest, one of the biggest.
It used to be the biggest in the 60s, 70s, but this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, boxing is relying on boxers, right? That's what they're relying on to generate the money. It's not a team. It's actually an entity. It's actually a person to drive that. The NFL has loyal fans to teams and the league.
They have a conglomerate that drives their system.
Like, it's completely different. Like, if you remove Ryan Garcia from the mix, there's going to be a lot of upset people, a lot of bigwigs up there that are relying on Ryan's next fight. That guys, if this is just reality, people listen, boxers know that boxing is corrupt. We all know that. We've been watching it for years.
Yeah.
So if you don't believe that they're not deliberating right now, sitting there like, listen, guys, if we suspend this guy, we're gonna lose a lot of money. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
This is the thing. We're not saying it. We're saying what the money makers are saying. Now, we're not in control of the networks. The networks want fights. The networks want. Why you think Turkey al-Sheikh? Somebody's telling someone somewhere. Now, listen. We talk on my channel, so we know what I do with paperwork in courts. When I start going to court and I start going back to this little courtroom over here filing, I could automatically tell somebody in the background was saying, ask for his ID, slow him up, do that. Somebody somewhere is saying, hey, Turkey al-Sheikh, we need you to get with this because we need to get this thing on a broader scale. And then that means when something's happened. Remember when Floyd went to jail for whatever he did? He spent 90 days in the joint. He was out. And listen, they ain't even let him go at first. They said, listen, I got to get this Miguel Cotto work. Then I could go. Because I bring too much money to Las Vegas. And they prolong. Yeah, blood. Y'all got to realize
Thomas
this Davis is the reality of the world.
Popped for Oster and got suspended 6 games. You niggas are the worst. I don't know who he's referring to. I mean,
DeAndre Hopkins popped for Osterring and got suspended for 6 games. You niggas is the worst. He got suspended for 6 games. That's a light slap on the wrist.
6 games. It was literally a month and a half. Like, I don't get it.
6 games of what? Who's DeAndre Hopkins?
DeAndre Hopkins is a wide receiver for the. He used to play for the Cardinals, but
Osterine is a synthetic amino acid that builds muscle. But it's just like that's what I didn't see. That's the thing. If you don't listen, you ever heard of glutamine, arginine, citrulline? These are all amino acids. Anything ending in INE is an amino acid. Someone are banned because they do more than what natural aminos do, like the things you find in watermelon seeds. So this is why they're getting slaps on the wrist. It's just a synthetic amino.
Top the Tiger Tramer says, so let me get this, guys. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins got suspended, right? Yes. What I'm telling you is this. DeAndre Hopkins being suspended didn't hurt the economy of the NFL.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia getting suspended in boxing
will break the bank.
Crippling people in boxing. Think about it.
Oh my God.
Biggest draw is who? Ryan Garcia. If you remove Ryan Garcia from Golden Boy.
Before it was Ryan Garcia, who is it? It's Canelo and Before that, it was Gervonta. Before that, it was Floyd. And see, now Floyd's gone. Boxing is taking. See, now it's bringing it. Floyd is gone. Boxing is taking a huge hit.
Yeah, 100%. Top tier. He said, so excuse nobody. Again, I'm going to repeat this again. Apparently, you're not listening. I should say this in Spanish. I don't know what top.
No. I must let me say it because they're not understanding it. No one's excusing the fact that Ryan got caught cheating. Who's excusing it? The people who want to see Ryan accrue the money. That's who's excusing it. Stop saying it's us. We're talking about we don't run boxing. We're talking about the people who want to put the fights together, the people who get these arenas, the people who network these shows. They're excusing it.
Guys, he said, what big fights Ryan had before Tank? It doesn't matter if it was before
any fight, because everybody was there to see Ryan. Just like they were there to see Oscar.
Let me get this one. Let me answer this one. So Aaron Thomas says, what big fights Ryan had before Tank? It's not about what big fights he had, okay? Before that. His social media popular, but his draw status is overblown. He made $31 million his last fight. Terrence Crawford has never seen $31 million in a fight. Shakur Stevenson's, I think his total, what is it? His net worth is $3 million. Guys, $31 million. Are we to believe that Ryan Garcia doesn't sell? Tank Davis wants the rematch. It's not because he feels like the fight was close. It's because he understands the bag he's going to get in a rematch. They sold 1.2 million pay-per-views together. Let me say that again. 1.2 million pay-per-views together. Together, guys. Gervonta has never crushed 1 million pay-per-views with anyone else. That is a fact.
Listen, okay. Floyd, listen, would y'all rather know it or not? Floyd in the back, like, hey, I don't care for who you want to fight. Get to fight with Ryan again. We need more bread.
He said Ryan is. I'm not saying Ryan draws more than Tank or not, but Ryan is a draw. Can we agree that Ryan is a draw? Yes.
Man, hey, whoever here capping, Ryan draws bread just like Tank, bro.
He said, not you, the corrupt mayor. No, I don't understand how I'm corrupt when I'm just stating the facts. I'm not saying that if it was up to me, I wouldn't suspend him.
He said not you, Troy.
Are not gonna
corrupt Mayor Norbs. Nobody's saying any. Listen, bro, I'm gonna say it again. We are not saying he deserves to do it. We're saying that the people who run boxing doesn't want him out of boxing. See, I'll explain it like this if you don't get it. John Morant could be suspended from the Memphis Grizzlies because the NBA still gonna make money without him.
Yes, absolutely.
John Morant could stay suspended for doing silliness because the Memphis Grizzlies will get another player, another guy, and then if he don't get it, he'll be gone, and the NBA gonna make way more bread.
Bro, people don't tune into boxing on a regular day. They tune into the bigger fights. That's just the facts. It's not like the NFL where people are tuned in every Sunday to watch your team. It's a different scenario. Aaron Thomas says, yeah, but he sold with Dev. Devin sold the fight prior to Ryan 50,000 pay-per-views. Not only
Devin's numbers are double wood.
Troy, let me fact or fiction. Who was the champion in that fight? Was it Devin?
Devin. Okay. And he was not the A side.
And he was not the A side. And not only was he not the A side,
of boxing,
he accepted 45% because of the numbers that Ryan Garcia brings in. These are actual facts.
Actually, he was able to accept 45% because he got bond, so he could say, well, you can't pay me that. It don't matter my numbers because I got bond on file. So he was able to take that. But then when it came to Shakur and Devin fighting, Shakur got more accolades than Devin on the front end, even though he don't have more in the professional career. But usually Olympians be the A sides. But see, when Devin's numbers are still trash, and he was like, well, if you want to fight me, I can give you 25%. That's still more than what Canelo was going to give David Benavidez. He was going to give him 6 with nothing.
The mailman said they try to make the people forget by holding that second sample. They know Ryan a big draw and don't want 100% mailman. Ryan is a draw. Ryan is part of the economy of boxing that draws money. Listen, guys, Richard Hitchison, these guys are not making that type of money. This is why they're chasing guys like a Ryan Garcia. Teofimo Lopez is not making what a Ryan Garcia.
We all know he not. He was telling you this is corrupt. He not getting paid no bread.
It's a different ballgame, guys, and that's all I'm saying in regards to the Ryan Garcia suspension. And again, I believe it's going to happen. Troy doesn't believe he's going to suspend it. I do. I believe.
I'm not on believe or disbelieve. I just want to see it play out at this point. I want to see it play out. That's be my thing. I want to see the whole thing play out.
This is the thing. It's May 27th, right? The fight was what? May. When the fuck was the fight? May. No. The fight was in June. No, I'm sorry. April 20th. This is May 27th, right? Think about this.
1 month later. Month and 7 days.
Dog, guys, April 20th was the fight. The tests were April 19th and April 20th. They ended up opening up the B sample May 22nd. They've had over a month and change to deliberate on the situation and say, well, if it comes back positive, then we're going to suspend him. This is not something that just popped up out of the air, guys. So if you guys believe that they're not contemplating the results of possibly suspending one of the biggest stars in boxing, you're bugging. It's May 27th. The fight happened April 20th. A week later, the fucking the A test came up positive. May 22nd was when they got their results. They came up positive, and they still haven't come up with a decision. They've had over a month and change. You don't think that they're right now sitting there deliberating?
Well, but like you said, he has to prove it wasn't whatever the case is. It's a process. 100%. So they're not just gonna suspend him. He got to get his rebuttal in.
I hear what you're saying, but this is the problem with that. It's already they can lay down a suspension. He can appeal it and fight it. That's the difference. They don't have to wait for him. They can suspend him. But the problem is this. They haven't made any moves. We're gonna sit there.
Well, no, because they can't suspend him until he rebuttal what he say.
No,
he has to prove it wasn't in the
system. So how it works? You can get suspended and then they can appeal it. They sent in that stuff, bro. The fact that they haven't
even been to the commission to talk about it. That's the thing.
But
they haven't even been. They got the results, but they still got to go into a room and he has to talk about
even
it.
Like in the NFL. You test positive, you get suspended, you can appeal it. You can appeal it, fight it, and then have it overturned. That's how it works. They haven't even laid out possibilities, anything of his suspension at all. And we're already going into June.
Because the New York State Athletic Commission, I'm gonna just keep saying it. I don't know why. It's just like I'm saying it, but the New York State Athletic Commission didn't test the urine themselves. So when a third party is testing, Ryan, by fairness, gets to use another third party. So every third party is coming in, and then New York State Athletic Commission has to take all samples into account because they're letting the other third party samples.
My point is this: the timely fashion, but it's taking too long.
That's because people keep using third parties. That's why I just keep saying that's just the way this is working. A third party's running their mouth, so now we gotta. Oh no, now Ryan Garcia want his third party to do something. So that's why it's taking long.
Well, it says Ryan is a draw for sure that boxing elites may make an example, so there is no loophole for future fighters to slide into. I don't agree with that, and this is why. And I've said it a million times. Ryan is in a class all by himself because of what he's able to bring to the table. That's the big difference between him and any boxer out there. I mean, how many boxers do we probably have in boxing? Thousands? There's only one Ryan Garcia. So just being honest, man, like suspending guys.
Hold on, Norris, 1 second. I want to shout out to Aaron Thomas for the $5 cash app. Shout out to Aaron Thomas for the $5 cash app.
Shout out to Aaron.
Shout out to Aaron Thomas.
I don't think they're gonna find him. I don't think they'll suspend him. I mean, Melman. I mean, I think they have.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they have to suspend him somehow.
I don't think they're gonna suspend him.
If they don't suspend him, that is gonna be crazy.
Because it's too many. This is all I'm saying. When we talking about third party interloopers, like you have to now. We got to say, damn, how we only gonna use VADA? Be now Ryan saying I went and got this toxicologist who
Yeah,
did this,
but
and but nothing.
no.
You let the rules of the New York State Athletic Commission
I
literally say that they have to test them themselves, no third parties. So now you let one third party come in, you got to let them all come in, bro. That's the law. I'm not saying it's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. That's why it's taking all day.
People hire people to take the test. That's who they hired to take the test. Hold on a second. I don't think
the Athletic Commission could do it themselves. That's what
they think they're gonna find him. They can't find. See, the thing with what you're saying, my fault, man. Said, I think they're gonna find him and then they'll suspend. And I don't think. See, you can't say he's guilty and find him and not suspend him. It's either gonna be either or.
No,
either
you
gonna
can
suspend him,
can.
Bro. You can't say
whatever you
do. The
commission can do whatever you want.
But that doesn't make any. Imagine finding somebody, being like, all right, listen, guys, you killed that person because you make money. We're just gonna charge you $100,000 to get off. No, bro. If you say he's guilty,
listen. No, that's literally what court is about. You have a bail. If you can't pay the bail, you got to pay your debt to society. If you can pay the bail, you're out of jail. That's it. Like, I don't think people really know how that system works. Like, Max B can't get out because he can't pay his bond.
Max B doesn't have that type of money either. He said
no, he did. They just don't know how to pay a bond.
Man said, so should it be a 2-year suspension like Khan? If I don't know, to me,
man,
I don't know.
No, it's not. Listen, it's not.
I don't know what he should be suspended. To be honest with you, if you suspended Khan for the same thing, then maybe it should be certain guidelines to that suspension, right? Why did you suspend Khan for 2 years and now say you give him a year? There has to be some type of definitive reason as to why. There has to be certain guidelines. So to me,
you know why? I'm gonna just. I'm gonna let you finish.
He's a cokehead. I get it, but
not even that. I'm just saying. You know why? It looks like cap to me. Just how that last thing with Bill Haney walked up to the camera, Ryan Garcia. I'm like, bro, this. Listen, if he really damaged your son, being off the Ostarine, the osteosis, then like, come on, blood. Why are you coming to the camera doing all of that?
It's not even physically. Listen. It's more so it's his damage control. He's a damaged product. He's that milk that went sour in the fucking supermarket, bro. Nobody's going to purchase that, Troy. Nobody wants to purchase that sour milk. Nobody's gonna sit there and say, "Hold on, guys, let's get that sour, that nasty milk and put it in our cereal right now." He's damaged goods, bro.
That sour milk in the groceries.
If you think Devin Haney sold nothing before, what his next fight is not gonna sell. Nobody believes in Devin Haney. It's over with. So Bill Haney's doing everything in his power in order to revive his son's career. Listen, as good as Bill Haney has been for Devin, he's been as bad for him in regards of training. Like Troy pointed out, he doesn't do everything right. You know what I'm saying? The other guys have
came out recently and said
the same thing, but putting the pressure on him as if he's this elite fighter, as if he's this Floyd, if he's this Canelo. This is things that Bill did, so Bill has to fix it, and that's why Bill's going to continue to do this. Attack Floyd, try to stay in the loop. But as good, he's actually
listen. That ship is burning. That ship is burning.
It is.
It's burning.
I do not believe that Devin Haney has picked up gloves ever since this thing. Have you seen him? He looks fat. I don't even think he wants to train anymore. Like when Gervonta and Adrian Bronner came out and said he doesn't, I think he retired, doesn't want to fight anymore. They didn't just say that. They didn't just decide to make that up. I don't even think he wants to get back in the ring at this point. And I think Bill Haney may be facing a situation where he needs to motivate this fighter. Not only did he
there is no motivation. Listen,
his soul was broken in that fight. His soul was broken in that fight.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say this. Somebody on my man C Quiz said this on my channel. Yeah. And when he said it, I was like, damn, he'll rather quit boxing. Listen, Sean Porter retired instead of just hiring another coach.
Yeah, true. Facts.
And Devin Haney gonna do the same thing. He gonna retire instead of just hiring another coach.
So he said, no, I'm just talking money, not break. There's no X's and O's to break down in this situation. That's why we have Troy here. Troy, break down the fight. This has nothing to do with the fight.
No,
The
I talk
man's
Norb's
spirit
just
was
talking
broken.
money. I talk money too on my channel.
No, but I'm
So,
just
like,
saying, like I would lean to. Is Bill? Yes, Bill Haney's a promoter. They have Haney Promotions.
No, Bill,
He's-
yeah, like
Bill's
most
a promotion.
definitely. He's actually a great promoter. Haney Promotions. He's doing his job. Why you think Bob Arum is in the ring talking, this fight is trash, I would never bring, like, that's what a promoter does. Norb said this earlier. The fighters have been their own promoters, but that's not how boxing really is supposed to work. Don King was an actual promoter. Like, these guys were actual promoters.
Yeah. He said, he says, no, stop worrying about the whatever. Bill on the media tour, he was just at Mason Camp. Yes, he's trying to salvage his son's career.
He definitely trying to salvage.
That's what he's doing right now, guys. If you think it's anything else, you're bugging. He's trying to salvage his son's career. I don't think he knows a way how to at this point, bro. Like, but listen, guys, let's just say he's able to get people excited, right? At this point to see Devin fight. How is he going to get that mental image out of Devin's head? Devin has actually been questioning his training. He said it. He actually said, I was questioning everything, my trainers, my everything. His trainer is his dad.
Listen,
so think about this for a second. He actually said this.
See, that's what I'll be saying on my, like, when a fighter see this, now you sound like me screaming in the jaw.
But I'm
that's
just
what
saying,
I'm saying. Like,
said,
when they
Troy.
be actually on the facts, blood, you know, when a fighter say it, that's what I'll be bringing to the folks. Like, when he's saying it, and I've already been saying it, that's what, listen, boxing, you get punched in your head, punched in your body. So, and it's a mental game. So if you mentally can't keep someone from beating your head in, pause, then you're gonna question, like, damn, am I even training properly? Because I thought he wasn't training properly.
Bro, you know how many people are in his ear? Timothy Bradley came out and said the same thing. Look,
yeah, listen, listen to you. Absolutely, hold on. Tim Bradley said it because Tim Bradley had his dad training him. He had to get a real boxer like Joel Diaz. Then Teofimo was saying it in a fight, like, damn, do I still got it? Why am I having? Yeah, you're having trouble because your dad never boxed. That type of thing is over with. He's gonna keep saying it.
And that's what I'm saying, guys. When you gotta listen to people when they talk, and he actually said he's questioning his trainers. Bruh, his trainer is his dad.
And Ramon Matthews and all them other guys there who never boxed, y'all. Come on, man.
You can say whatever you want. These are actually Devin's words. Like, these are
That's
his
what
words.
I'll be saying to folks.
Like, I mean, Devin actually said this. This is not hearsay. He actually said these things. And to me, that was extremely telling. And listen, Bill is doing interview after interview. I think he did the Danza Project. Shout out to my guy from the Danza. He's done everything. Devin's not training. He's like, Devin, this is what he's saying to him. I got this. I'm going to take care of the media. I'm going to make it to where we're going to make Ryan the victim. But what he's doing, he's feeding into the Ryan allure. More people are liking Ryan than hating him, regardless if he took 100% aspirin in his system. He's actually winning at this point. Nobody is actually caring about Devin Haney at this point. So whatever Bill Haney's doing is not working for him at this point. And that's just
it's a rap scheme. It never worked. It was never gonna work. The whole scheme that they put together was never going to work.
And guys, you guys got to realize too, like,
I'll be telling about this. They tried this scheme with Earl Spence. They tried it with Chocolatito until he got his pack busted. Then he had to get better. They tried it with Triple G. They be trying these schemes. I'm not prejudiced. I'm naming. I just named several different nationalities of fighters. I noticed these schemes that they be trying. Who they not trying a scheme with? Norman Jr. They're not trying no scheme with him. He in there with real work.
Listen, Troy, you've been around the game for years.
Yeah,
Bill
that's
Haney,
why I'm the head of the East Oakland Boxing Association.
But that people don't actually understand. Bill Haney's journey right now is crazy, because you got to think about it. Not only does he have to get his fighter back for people to believe in his fighter, but he has to actually get his fighter to believe in himself at this point. The beating, like, guys, he took a beating. Let's keep it real. He took a beating. Forget about Ryan's test and all that.
Listen, Ryan out of his mouth said,
"You gonna stop?
Forget it. Let's get it. Let's run it back." And now we'll be on strict testing the whole time, like we were supposed to be. I'll test every day, all of that. Let's run it back. He still said no. So what did that tell you?
No.
Let's run it back at your weight. We could just run it back at 45, Devin. He don't want to get in there again because he don't want that Pacquiante busted open, rubbed on the gums. He don't want that. He don't want to see him.
I'm not saying forget about the test. Guys, the test, listen, you think, let me ask you a question. If they say, Ryan, you're suspended for the next 5 years, you think that makes Devin a better fighter? No. It doesn't, dog. It really doesn't. Somebody said the fight went decision. Yes, barely. Barely.
That was worse. That was worse. If it would have, see, this is where boxing come in. It went to decision, but if it would have stopped early, you could have saved Devin. Yes. That's when you got to know boxing. When you let somebody take a 12-round beating, then no, it's a Rapsky, blood. He took too much punishment. Guys, I literally explained this yesterday when we was at a sparring session because I was coaching a little kid, and he did 7 1-minute and 30-second rounds. Yeah. After that was over, I'm like, now it's time to work the mix. He wanted to do more rounds. Then they start putting bigger kids in there with him and all. I'm like, I just fell back because it's not my son. So I'm just a boxing coach, and I can only say, well, I can only say the rules of boxing, which are right here. So once I say that's not how it goes because I'd experienced this and I've done it, and you want to do something different, that's on you.
Guys, listen, all I'm saying is this. Regardless of what happens, what transpires in regards to the suspension, he has to bring his fighter back up. Like,
all right, this is the thing. He still got to work with Sandor. How he gonna get some work with Sandor not being a confident fighter? Sandor retired Mikey Garcia.
Guys, he took a beating. I don't think, and this is what I'm saying. Like,
just that casual.
Regardless, he's questioning everything right now. He's questioning his dad. I don't even know if he's at the gym. I don't know what he's doing. Listen,
no, he definitely ain't in no gym. We've seen his face.
He was doing.
He looks like dudes say they was at me. They memed him. Yeah, they're memeing that man.
He was doing so many interviews with Gillian Wallow, calling himself the best coming up, better than Floyd. In fact, he beat Floyd. Listen, guys,
that was when he failed.
Listen, psychologically, we don't know where he is. He got Sandor next. I know that.
I knew where he was when they were saying, see, this is the thing. I noticed this with Errol Spence because they were trying to sell his power. Like every time they talked about Errol Spence, it was about, man, he got so much power. Now let's go to Triple G. When they was trying to sell Triple G, man, he'll fight anybody from 54 to 68. Did he ever go to 68? Nope. No, he didn't. Then with Chocolatito, man, his footwork, his angles, he got in there with a puncher. They got his pack. But when you trying to oversell something, how about you just let the fighter say what he got and then get in there? See, and that's what they was doing with.
We got a guest I want to come on real quick. Yeah, okay. From the chat, the mailman. Let's see what's up. Mailman, what's up? Can't hear you, brother. Can't hear you.
You muted, my G.
Fellas, salute. Yo, first time talk. Well, not the first. I met you at the Pegasus when you was doing battle rap.
Yeah.
Troy, salute. First time talking to you. Now I was trying to tell. I knew this was gonna happen, cause when they got the A sample, y'all was saying it before. Y'all was like, what's taking so long? I feel like they hit a lick, dog, cause by taking long, Ryan took that opportunity to use his social media following to almost like get over on Team Haney. And as shady as it sounds, the man is working. Because it's almost like
absolutely.
It's almost like
you breaking up bad. Yeah, man, you breaking up. I gotta take him down. No, he's absolutely right though. I mean,
I ain't even know when they call in, they come up on a John.
oh no, I said I put the
You from
link in the
Philly?
chat. That's what he wanted to
Troy,
come in.
you from
You hear me
Philly?
now?
Yeah,
You can talk
you gotta
now.
be you gotta
Gotta
be
unmute
still
yourself.
so we can hear you moving around. Like,
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What's up,
yeah.
brother?
Y'all ain't hear me that whole time?
Yeah,
No,
we heard you.
and then you stopped. But we got to where you said that he was using the social media.
Yeah, I feel like he used social media to, get his fans on his side.
Yeah,
And I feel like they hit a lick on Team Haney because the people don't care about the failed test.
I
They
agree.
care about their eye test, like what they saw in the fight.
Absolutely.
But and y'all said this before, but I wanted to ask y'all, what do Team Haney do? Like coming off of this, like, do he try to get a rematch? Because
He
I
doesn't
feel like
want one. He
Haney's
said
stock
it.
is down.
He doesn't want a rematch. He said
He doesn't
no.
want it.
So who does he fight? Because
Well,
he's
he
not,
already
He
he's
already
fighting
I feel
signed
like
to
Sandor.
he's a
fight
big draw.
Sandor. He already signed to fight Sandor Martin.
Yep.
Sandor Martin.
And Sandor Martin will bust your. He gave Tio some problems.
Man, that's
Hey, you're gonna have Melman, you're my guy, but we can't.
You gotta listen, man. When you come on the podcast, John, you gotta be on Wi-Fi because you're gonna ruin the quality of the show. I'm sorry to be that guy, but this is my man Norbs, John, and you gotta be still.
okay. I got. Hey, I'm gonna drop off because my joint funny.
I thought I
Yeah,
appreciate
just
you,
go to the
brother.
Wi-Fi. Just go to the Wi-Fi
He's
and
outside.
chill.
That's fine.
It's that. I'm outside the gym, bro. So
Nah, it's all
Oh, I
good,
get
bro.
you.
Don't
My
worry
bad.
about it.
work out.
I
Yeah,
ain't, I ain't know you was in the gym. Sensei.
I'm
Sensei.
outside. Yeah,
Hey, you in the
nah.
gym,
Yeah,
Sensei.
Hey,
My
listen, man.
bad.
This is the
yeah.
bottom. I'm gonna probably wrap up right now. Anyway, I gotta do some things, but listen, guys. He has Sandor Martin. It's difficult at this point, and Bill Haney's trying to fix the situation socially. He needs to look in his son's soul at this point and understand what he has left as a fighter. He has to look at his son and be like, what do I got to do at this point? What do I got to do to make Devin a better fighter? Can I bring him to that level? In terms of trying to salvage him through social media by trying to get Ryan suspended, that's not going to actually make Devin great again. So I feel like he has to figure that out and basically get back to work and get Devin in there with somebody that's going to make him a better fighter. Because listen, the next fight, if Devin doesn't knock out his next opponent or looks extremely amazing,
No, he's not knocking out Sandor.
nobody's gonna tune in.
He's not knocking out Sandor, buddy.
Listen, that's all I'm saying. I think he's trying to salvage it by,
He's trying to battle Ryan on social media without the following, and that's impossible.
And you know what he's doing? He's trying to use the PEDs as an excuse as to why he lost. Listen, I get it, but at this point, the people don't care. That's not going to salvage it. They don't care. I'm just being honest. The only thing that's going to salvage that.
Every time somebody say something about the Ostarine, they say it was that Oster hook.
They don't. That's a lot. Listen, guys. Listen, the only thing that's going to save Devin Haney is not Bill going on these networks saying how Ryan cheated, is getting him ready for his next fight, and Devin doing what people don't believe he can do, knock somebody out. That's the only thing.
I said that about this fight.
That's it. You know what I mean? He said, I only care about. I'm not making no money off of selling tickets, buddy. I'm giving you the truth.
Yeah, fact.
You don't want the truth to go somewhere else. I'm just saying, listen. Bill needs to look at his son and make him a better fighter. He has to figure that out. All this other stuff. Listen, if he goes out and knocks out his next opponent, then people may be like, yo, maybe the Ostarine was the reason. But all this talking.
How many? He got a 50% knockout ratio. And you listen, he never lost a fight in Mexico. But the fact that he was going tooth and nail in Mexico lets you know. I fought. Listen, when Devin Haney used to come to boxing for health and spar my homie Samir, he used to ask me when the next time you going to Mexico, because I was the king of Mexico. That's why they call me Cuerno de Chivo. So by the time he got to a higher fight status in Mexico, And they said, well, no, you got to fight a better fighter. He started having to fight real Mexican fighters.
Hold on a second. Is this real? Somebody said Mike Tyson just suffered a emergency. Hold on.
While boarding an airplane.
Yep, hold on. Mike Tyson reported suffered a medical emergency while boarding a plane last night before paramedics arrived. An announcement asking for a doctor, and a message came on the screen. Hope he's okay. Wow. That's just breaking news. Shout out to Wildcat. Again, I'm just getting the news right now about Mike Tyson. My prayers go out to Mike and his family.
Good energy to Mike.
Listen, guys.
What happens.
Listen, he's 57 years old.
Facts.
Now, people are going to say, now this can really damage the fight with Jake Paul. Because at the end of the day, what was our biggest concern with this fight? His age. Mike's age.
Listen, this is the same thing that happened to me. I was going to a fight and I got arrested at the border for something that I didn't even do. I didn't do anything. And my eye was damaged, and the doctor of the fight was actually, they didn't want me to fight because they was like, well, I don't want him to fight because of his eye. And then my advisor was like, this is going to be his last fight. And then I end up getting arrested and having to deal with that situation. What happens for a reason. God rights his own wrongs in his own time. So
this is crazy. So let me just go into, see, the difference is you were a young man, right? Mike Tyson's 57 years old. He's getting on a plane and suffered a medical emergency. What possible medical emergencies can you suffer going on the plane? He wasn't doing anything physical. He wasn't doing anything. He was getting on a plane, going to his next stop. This could be something in regards to his training. He's maybe overemphasizing his training because
he's overexerting himself. And I understand that this takes a certain diet.
Yeah, it takes a certain diet, but you also got to remember too, guys, age is undefeated, and you can't just stop and start once you get to a certain age. It's very difficult. And he's training for a fight versus Jake Paul. He's training like he was the Tyson of 17, 18, 19 years old. I've watched some of the clips. Maybe that's taking a toll on his body, or maybe he's taking something that doesn't agree with him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Mike Tyson. I've been a Mike Tyson fan since I was a kid. I was devastated when he lost to Buster Douglas. I'd be more devastated to lose Mike Tyson because he's trying to be what he once was and fighting this fight. So to me, honestly, my prayers go out to Mike Tyson. I love you, Mike. You know, I don't want to see anything happen. I mean, listen, guys, even if it was something regarding his training, they might try to hide that because they want this fight to go down. But honestly, and this is just me, I don't believe this fight should go down. I think Mike Tyson is just.
Hey, listen, once this happened, it's over with. It's showing you that you can't be in there no more, not even doing exhibitions. When it's a wrap, it's a wrap. Your job, you have another job to do now.
Yeah. But, my prayers go out to Mike Tyson. It's just then, prayers to his family. But, Troy, good show. Let's get on tomorrow.
Most definitely.
My brother from another mother. We out, man. Shout out to all that tuned in. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to be on probably this whole week. Then next week, and then I'm going to be in Mexico.
You might catch me on at the gym for real. Like, I'm about to get on at the gym.
Send me that link.
Be in the office. Yup, one.
My guy. On that note, y'all, appreciate everybody that tuned in. My prayers again go out to Mike Tyson and his family. Hopefully nothing transpired. I mean, hopefully it was just, I don't know, man, gas. I just hope it's not nothing serious. But it's your boy Norbs, and we are out.